Hi everyone, it's Eala here. I can't wait to play in front of all the fans at the Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open this February. Make sure to get your tickets and I hope to see you soon.
Scandal has erupted in the tennis world as Eala exposes illegal racket technology following a devastating defeat in Auckland, just as the Australian Open drama unfolds. Welcome back to tennis, your number one source for the rawest, most unfiltered tennis news. If you thought the excitement down under was only about who would lift the trophy, think again. What is coming to light could shake the very foundations of professional tennis. This may be the biggest equipment controversy in the modern era of the Women's Tennis Association, and it has everything: heartbreak, allegations of technological cheating, secret investigations, and a young superstar unwilling to stay silent when something felt wrong. Eala, the 20-year-old sensation from the Philippines, has captured hearts worldwide, and now she's at the center of a story that could redefine the sport. Eala's tenacity and skill have won her fans around the world, but now she finds herself at the center of a storm involving Sinu Wang, the Chinese powerhouse whose racket may have been hiding a secret capable of changing everything we know about fair competition. What was supposed to be a straightforward semi-final showdown has turned into what some are calling a crime scene of technological warfare. The tennis world is reeling. Message boards are on fire, social media is exploding with accusations and counter-accusations, and at the center of it all stands Eala, wiping away tears but refusing to back down from what she witnessed on the Auckland court. Fans saw the heartbreaking scoreline and the nearly 3 hours of grueling play etched on Eala's face, but what no one noticed until now was the hidden controversy lurking in plain sight throughout the match. This story isn't just about a semi-final loss or a young player's dreams being dashed at the final hurdle. It's about a potential cover-up that may reach the highest levels of the tennis establishment, involving equipment manufacturers, tournament officials, and even governing bodies meant to safeguard the sport's integrity. Today, we dive deeper than anyone else has dared, revealing exclusive details of the explosive accusation Eala made moments after leaving the court and a technical breakdown of the so-called secret weapon Sinu Wang is accused of wielding like some hidden ace. Insider information now reveals that the investigation into Sinu Wang's alleged racket advantage has pulled in the World Anti-Doping Agency and the International Tennis Federation's Technical Committee, highlighting the gravity of the situation. Amidst the chaos, Eala is channeling her frustration and sense of injustice into preparing for her first-ever Australian Open main draw match against the powerful American player Alicia Parks. This is the scandal the tennis world didn't want exposed, a controversy with the potential to change professional tennis forever. The scene of the alleged crime was the ASB Classic semi-finals in Auckland, New Zealand, on January 10, 2026. The stadium was electric, buzzing with the rare energy that comes when something extraordinary is unfolding. Eala, the 20-year-old pride of the Philippines, was arguably playing the best tennis of her life, having just secured her spot in the Australian Open main draw thanks to a meteoric rise in rankings. Yet the spotlight quickly shifted from triumph to controversy. Eala's achievement in reaching the Australian Open main draw was monumental, and now she was hunting for her second WTA Tour final appearance, a breakthrough moment in every sense. Across the net stood China's Sinu Wang, the tournament's 7th seed, known for her flat, penetrating ground strokes that seemed to slice through the air like lasers. On paper, the matchup promised fireworks, and for nearly 3 hours, it delivered a gladiatorial battle worthy of ancient Rome. Eala was everywhere on the court, painting lines with precision that defied belief, her lefty forehand finding angles that seemed to bend the laws of geometry. Commentators ran out of superlatives as she displayed an astonishing display of skill and resilience. Down 1-5 in the first set, staring at what could have been a crushing blowout, Eala staged a miraculous comeback, rattling off 6 consecutive games to take the set 7-5, a testament to the grit, mental fortitude, and determination that separates champions from the rest. Fans erupted in the stadium, social media exploded with praise, yet amid the awe, something strange began to happen. Observant viewers at home started noticing anomalies that would soon ignite a scandal shaking the foundations of professional tennis. As the match progressed, social media began to buzz with comments about the unusual power Wang was generating, while commentators whispered in confusion during the broadcast, struggling to explain what they were witnessing. Every time Eala seemed to have Wang cornered or on the defensive, Wang somehow produced shots with inexplicable velocity from positions that should have been purely defensive. This was not a display of adrenaline or determination. These were shots that seemed to defy the basic laws of physics governing the sport. In the second set, Eala surged ahead to lead 5-3, serving for the match and holding a match point just one swing away from the final and all the glory it promised. Then Wong unleashed a series of forehands that didn't just land inside the lines, they exploded off the court with impossible speed, leaving Eala no time to react. It was as if Wong had flipped a switch, activating a superhuman power, and the sound of the racket itself was noticeably different, a detail that would become a crucial piece of the controversy to follow. Spectators in the stadium immediately noticed something was off, and if you watch the footage with the volume turned up, you can hear it, a sharp, metallic ping echoing through the arena every time Wong made contact, a sound distinctly different from the normal thud of a tennis ball hitting strings. Eala herself couldn't ignore it. During changeovers, she was seen glancing repeatedly at Wong's equipment, her eyes narrowing with suspicion as her mind raced to process the impossible power she was facing. Wong's comeback was brutal for Eala fans to watch. She erased Eala's match point to take the second set 7-5, then rallied again in the third set from a 4-5 deficit to win 6-4. On paper, it appeared heroic. Behind the scenes, it felt far more sinister. Eala walked off the court devastated, her Instagram post capturing the raw heartbreak of being so close yet so far. But away from the cameras and Wong's post-match accolades, Eala's grief began to morph into suspicion, then anger, and finally a burning need for answers. This wasn't a case of choking under pressure, it was, in her eyes, a match played on an uneven technological battlefield. For several days, the tennis world moved on, praising the semi-final as an instant classic, but for Eala, the experience had left her convinced that something extraordinary and forbidden had taken place on that court. While commentators and analysts praised the semi-final for its drama, shot-making, and incredible mental strength from both players, silence around the unusual occurrences only fueled speculation until Alexandra Eala broke that silence like a tsunami crashing into an unsuspecting coastline. In a move that stunned the WTA establishment and sent shockwaves through the professional tennis community, Eala officially appealed the match result to tournament organizers. She wasn't merely citing the health issues she had battled during the match, significant as they were. She was alleging something far more sinister, something that could shake the sport to its core. "I know what I felt out there," Eala reportedly told her team in a private conversation leaked to insiders. "The ball was coming back faster than I was hitting it, even on what should have been simple block shots. That's not natural. That's not humanly possible. That's technology doing the work." Her subsequent public statement left the tennis world reeling. She formally accused Sinew Wong of using a racket equipped with what Eala described as a power-enhancing kinetic dampening system, a piece of experimental technology allegedly still in a secret testing phase by a major equipment manufacturer. According to Eala's formal complaint, Wong's racket contained power-enhancing technology that is still in prototype testing and has not been approved for WTA competition by any governing body. Let that sink in, experimental technology being used in an official tournament without clearance. Eala's words, carefully chosen, landed like bombs across the tennis world as she requested that organizers reconsider the match result, effectively asking for Wong to be defaulted and the outcome overturned, an unprecedented move in modern professional tennis. While the sport has seen scandals involving doping, illegal coaching, or even gamesmanship during bathroom breaks, this allegation goes further, targeting a piece of equipment capable of fundamentally altering the physics of the game. The situation recalls the infamous spaghetti string controversy of the 1970s, when a revolutionary stringing pattern briefly upended professional tennis before being banned for giving players an unfair mechanical advantage. The spaghetti string scandal of the 1970s saw a revolutionary stringing pattern banned because it fundamentally altered the nature of tennis. But Alexandra Eala's current allegations could be even more serious. She claims that Wong's racket frame contains prototype materials possibly incorporating what engineers call a piezoelectric core that can stiffen on impact and return roughly 20% more energy to the ball than a standard graphite frame. If true, this would mean Wong had a mechanical advantage far beyond anything allowed in competition. The reaction to Eala's accusation was immediate and explosive. Her coach was reportedly seen in a heated exchange with tournament officials, demanding that Wong's racket be impounded for forensic testing. The specificity of Eala's claim, referencing secret testing programs and unapproved prototype materials, forced governing bodies to take immediate action. They could not simply ignore it. Sources confirm that the World Anti-Doping Agency, normally focused on biological doping, has joined forces with the International Tennis Federation's Technical Committee to investigate. Why WADA would involve itself in an equipment dispute is unusual, but the potential use of unapproved performance-enhancing technology in official competition is considered serious enough to warrant their oversight. The accusation against Wong also triggered involvement from WADA under their Spirit of Sport clause, which allows the agency to investigate any device or method that fundamentally undermines the human element of competition, even if the advantage is technological rather than pharmaceutical. If a racket can perform the work that skill and training are meant to achieve, it is considered as serious a violation as taking a banned substance. Preliminary results from the investigation, leaked to our sources, have shocked the tennis world. Forensic scans of Wong's confiscated racket allegedly revealed significant inconsistencies in the carbon fiber layup, including microcavities filled with a non-Newtonian fluid, a substance that solidifies under stress, giving extra power to high-impact collisions. Beyond the technical controversy, Alexandra Eala's influence is reverberating back home in the Philippines. In interviews in Melbourne, she spoke with candor and humility about how tennis, traditionally overshadowed by basketball in her country, is gaining new attention because of her rise. Anecdotes about fully booked public courts and young fans eager to pick up a racket highlight the cultural impact she is having. Eala is inspiring a generation in the Philippines, much as Manny Pacquiao did for boxing, providing role models and opportunities for young athletes to dream big and pursue excellence on the world stage. Eala's impact goes far beyond the court. By showing that someone from the Philippines can compete at the highest levels of international sport, she provides a role model for a generation of young athletes, proving that they too can aspire to greatness. "I think people in the Philippines just have to make the first step," Eala said with her characteristic humble smile, hiding the killer instinct she unleashes when crossing the white lines. Her modesty belies the reality. At just 20 years old, she is leading a revolution in Philippine sports, potentially reshaping the country's athletic culture. Eala also confirmed exciting news for her home fans. If she doesn't make a deep run in the Australian Open, she will return to Manila to play in the Philippine Women's Open as a wildcard, prioritizing giving back to her local tennis community over ranking points or prize money abroad. This dedication transcends sports, reflecting a commitment to something bigger than herself. Turning to competition, the Australian Open draw has handed Eala a tough but winnable first-round match against American power hitter Alicia Parks on Sunday, January 18th. The clash promises a classic contrast of styles. Parks, known for her explosive pure power, holds the U.S. Open record for the fastest serve at 129 miles per hour, tied with Venus Williams. When timing and confidence align, she can hit clean winners from impossible positions, take the racket out of opponents' hands, and serve or hit forehand winners from 3 feet behind the baseline with near-impossible precision.
Alex, after a terrific year last year, how does it feel to be making your main draw debut at Melbourne?
It feels great. I'm super excited. Coming